A great golf trip starts with good planning. I have some tips and tricks that I want to share with you, as well as some lessons learned from our recent OMG All Star Weekend in Carson City. Hi, welcome to OMG Old Man Golf. Coming to you from inside today because outside looks like this. And the only thing cold inside is the beer. So today we're going to look at a really undiscovered golf gym, and that is the Lake Tahoe, Reno, Carson Valley area. We're going to review some of the courses. I'm going to give you some tips on how to set up a golf buddy trip. I've been involved in the setup on about a dozen of these, and so I've learned some things along the way that I think will be beneficial to you to set up a golf trip that'll be fun for everybody. The Carson Valley is really an undiscovered area, and it's a hidden gem. And I've played all 10 of the Divine Nine courses, and you can watch them on my channel. But you fly into Reno, and you can stay in Carson City, South Lake Tahoe, or Reno, and you're going to have a blast. Number 10, Carson Valley. It costs you about $50. It has a community feel. It's kind of tight, good for couples and straight hitters. Number 9, Eagle Valley East, an open course, $35, good for the budget-minded player. Number 8, Genoa Ranch. Not well maintained, but a great piece of land for those who like the scenery. Number 7, Empire Ranch. Really service-oriented place. It only costs you $35. Coming in at number 6 is Eagle Valley West. It's a tight course with the mountains in the distance. Costs you about $45. Players who have trouble hitting the fairway need to be careful choosing this course. Number 5 is Sunridge. Elevation changes, crazy elevation changes, crazy shots, a great mountain experience. It's about $65. Do not walk this unless you're some kind of crazy physical fitness person. Silver Oaks for $50, you get elevation changes and a very well-maintained course. Plays through houses, then plays through the mountains. It's a great choice. Genoa Lakes for about $75. You get a course that's ranked number 29th in Nevada. The Carson River runs through it, and it's in the mountains. It's gorgeous. I think that it could be maintained a little bit better. I think it's slipping, but it's a great choice. Number 2, Dayton Valley. Arnold Palmer design with the mountains in the distance. PGA qualifiers held there. Very nice course for $55. Toy very challenging near the mountains near Lake Washoe. For a player that wants to be challenged, and it can be played for somewhere around $55. Well worth it. There are many other courses in the area. Edgewood, Incline Village Championship, Wolf Run, Lake Ridge, Red Hawk, and the Washoe Country Club, plus many others. There are a bunch of great golf courses to be had. These are all public golf courses, and then there's some private ones like Clear Creek, which is ranked number 2 in Nevada behind Shadow Creek, Montreux, and Arrow Creek. There's many, many more. We played Arrow Creek on the Golf Gangster weekend, and really nice layout. If you're up for making a journey, you can head over to California. GRIZZLY Ranch, we played that course. It's ranked in the top 10 of public courses in all of California. Coyote Moon, many other courses, some private, some public, but it's not that far away if you got somebody who can do the drive. All right, how to plan a golf trip. First, you got to start off with getting a head count. And you really want, 4 or 8 or 12. And behind that, maybe 6 or 9 to have 2 groups or 3 groups of 3. Odd numbers make it more difficult to arrange for games during the event. Give yourself at least 3 months planning. Sounds like a long time, but you're going to need all of that, maybe more. So you need to pick a location where you're going to go. For this purpose of this video, I'm going to talk a lot about the Reno Lake Tahoe area and the options you have for golf courses there. So you kind of need to plan on, once you get your head count, you need to make sure that the personalities are good, you don't have any problem people or conflicts between some of the people. You don't need that in your buddy trip. Also, you kind of want people that want to spend about the same amount of money and want to, go out and do some of the same sorts of things. Reno, obviously, and South Lake Tahoe offer gambling, and that might not be for everyone. So you could kind of stay in Carson City, or know your group and know what fits your group. Um, Also, it's really good if there's somebody or some bodies, couple people that can be counted on to be responsible enough to drive before and after the round of golf. So if you don't have that, then you need. Once you kind of have your group together and you've worked out the logistics, you kind of look at the hotels you want to stay in, and you kind of got that figured out. Start looking at your courses. My theory is let's say you're playing 3 courses over 3 days. You play your second best course first, your best course second, and your third course third. 2, 1, 3. Works out really good. I highly recommend doing it that way. Ground transportation. So you got to decide, do you want rental cars? Do you want to utilize Uber and buses and taxis and such? And work that all into the budget for everybody. All right. You also need to spend a little time thinking about non-golf activities. Going out to dinner or throwing axes or going to the casino or whatever it may be. You want to have a balance of planned activities and non-planned activities. You don't want to overdo it so everyone feels like they have no freedom and you're the camp director or something. But at the same time, you don't want people standing around going, well, what should we do? So get a balance in there of planned and unplanned activities, and I think that will make the trip much more successful. All right, I made up some templates here of some generic groups and what I would recommend they do on a trip to this area. So the first group is the quality of the golf is number one, and the cost is very much secondary. I'd say day one, you start at Incline Village Championship and then move to Edgewood. And then day 3, go to Toyabe, or if you can find a private course or take the journey to California, I think you could round out a very successful trip. The second group is on the other end of the spectrum, and that is the cheaper the green fees, the more beer we can drink group. I'd start at Empire Ranch, and then Silver Oak or Sunridge, and then finish up with Eagle Valley East or Eagle Valley West. The next group is, hey, we'll pay a little bit more for green fees, and we'll bring a flask. So I'd say start at Silver Oaks, then maybe Dayton Valley or Genoa Lakes, and then wrap up at Sunridge, and you'll have some good golf and some good times. The next group are kind of a high handicappers, first-time golf group trip. I'd say start at Eagle Valley East and get some birdie opportunities, and go to Genoa Ranch and let it kick your butt a little bit. And then go to Carson Valley and enjoy the short course. The last is the budget-minded couples and casual golfer group, the Can We Sneak Our Wine In group. And I'd say start at Carson Valley, go to Silver Oak, and then wrap it up at Empire Ranch, and you'll be glad you did. So with no further ado, let's introduce the OMG All-Stars that came to Carson City for some golf. First, there's Mike Adel, my friend from back in intermediate school in Seabrook, coming all the way from Ruidoso, and he's been in 4 OMG videos. Nice ball. Followed by Doug, our quality expert, who really enjoys his fashion and has been in 5 videos. And Drake, the Drake, that played in 2 previous videos. First gangster on OMG. And Steve Hoffman. 1 in a row, baby. He's played in 5 videos. And last but not least, my partner in crime, David Houston, who has been the all-time leader with 10 video appearances. Followed by myself, OMG Old Man Golf. And this is at Incline Village Championship. Just a beautiful course. Mike, the other retired guy, came up early, and he and I snuck out. We played GRIZZLY Ranch in California. Great course. Number 10 ranked public course in California. Worth the drive. Then everybody came in and we went to Arrow Creek in Reno. And actually, I picked up a couple of guys and we went from the airport straight to the golf course. Nice layout, very natural mountain scenery and setup. Next, we played Incline Village Championship. And it's set there right on Lake Tahoe. It is unbelievably gorgeous. And the drive out there is almost as good as the golf. I think it's a must do. On the last day, we played Toyabe, and the wind kicked up, and we actually were under winter advisories. And so Doug stayed home and watched football, and the rest of us played a fivesome, and we manned it out. And it's a great course, and this is the risk of having October as your play dates. All right, we had a great time on our golf buddy trip here in Lake Reno, Lake Tahoe. Look for those vlogs coming soon. On the lessons learned side, it went well, but there's always things to be learned to do better. Book your tee times as soon as you have your head count. We missed out on Edgewood because the earliest tee time we got wouldn't allow us to finish before dark, and so we didn't get to play Edgewood. Carson City shuts down early. If you stay here at Carson City, you better have dinner by 8 o'clock because most of the restaurants are going to be closed. Also, the mid-October weather here can be a little dicey. November, I mean, you're up high and the weather, you can play golf, but you're better off being careful with October and November and forget about December and January. I did not give enough time for planning. I planned it and pulled it off in about 5-6 weeks, and that was not enough. I should have had at least 3 months. I cut it too close. Our furniture from Germany came 4 days before everyone was to arrive, and that was a really stressful turn of events and took away from some of my planning. But all together, questions, leave a comment, or if there's some things that have worked for you that I didn't talk about, put them down. Or if you have interest in coming to this area to have a golf outing or a buddy trip, let me know and I'll give you some specific suggestions if you tell me about your group and what you're looking for. Hey, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Become a golf gangster. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, hit the like button. Cheers, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit the like button. Leave a comment, subscribe.